Right, we are going to look at translation. So translation is basically when you take a shape and you slide it. You do not rotate it, you don't flip it, you don't enlarge it, you are just moving it left, right, up or down. The way you work out how far you're going to move it is by something which is called a vector, where it looks like this. So the first idea though is moving a shape around. So if you were given a shape and it's on your coordinate grid, they might tell you to move it 3 to the right and 1 up. So you would basically move it 3 to the right, 1 up and redraw it. So if you had a shape like this, so you would take each point in turn. So you might take this end point here and you would move it 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 1 up. That's your new point. You can take the next point and move it 3 to the right and 1 up. That's your next point. And you can take your next one, which is here, 3 to the right and 1 up. And we can hopefully see that is the shape that's moved. 3 to the right and 1 up. That's the basic premise of it. They're just going to bring in a little bit of mathematical notation so they don't have to say 3 to the right and 1 up. It's basically this. If you understand coordinates, which you should by now, all it is the same sort of thing. If we were to do a coordinate, which is 3, 1, you kind of know, you start at the axis there, 0, and you move, go plot it at 3, 1. It's the same thing, however this means a movement. So it's not a specific point, but the point is the same movement. So the vector for this one would be 3 to the right and 1 up. And if you look at this up here, this is what it shows you. It shows you the top number. If it's positive, it moves to the right. Negative, it moves to the left. The bottom number, if it's positive, it moves up. Negative, it moves down. So this would be 3 to the right, 1 up. However, if I was to do -3, -1, this would mean 3 to the left and 1 down. Okay, so the questions will either ask you to do this using English, they will ask you to do it using the maths notation, but it's the same sort of movement, or they might give you shape A and shape B and say describe the transformation. So you'll get 1 mark by writing this word, translation. The second mark you'll get by writing down the vector. So you just have to take a point and work out how far it's moved, 3 to the right, 1 up, again, and write the vector. So this is the key bit of notes to understand and write down in your book. So to recap once more, if you had this vector, this would mean 2 to the left and 3 up. But if you flipped around the pluses and the minuses, this would mean 2 to the right and 3 down.